Hey, I want to talk for a second about just the way the back end of the defense is playing, specifically something Savage is doing, but also kind of looking at some defensive rotations here. I'm not super well versed in some defensive talk, but there's a lot of stuff going on in every given play. So I kind of want to point out just this specific aspect of this play. So we're gonna have, first of all, Lockett's gonna go in motion, and there's gonna be a pass off here. We're gonna see. We're not really gonna spend a whole lot of time on it, but it is something to think about. The main action we're going to look at is basically between these guys here. We've got a post and then kind of a stutter and go up the middle. And so it looks like a too high, and that's Amos here, and this is Savage here. And so what you're looking at, when you look at the back end of a defense, you think of middle of field closed, middle of field open. And what that means is where those safeties are positioned. So if it's a too high look, it's middle of the field open. Because when those guys are split, here we'll do this, when these guys are split, that middle of the field is open. And if one of these guys rotates to the middle of the field close. Really easy way to kind of think about, like simply thinking about kind of the back end of a defense. Middle of field closed, middle of field open. Pretty much everything will fit into one of those boxes if you try hard enough. But what that leaves you susceptible to in these two high looks, because if you're splitting here, you don't have a post safety. And so what they're doing is, they're trying to hit that and then something behind it. And so you're attacking this middle of the field. That middle of the field's open. And so as an offense, when you split, you want to be able to attack that. And so I kind of wanted to show kind of just what communication on the back end looks like and what the Packers have been doing. And I talked a little bit last week about Savage and how he's really kind of come up and grown. And so kind of want to show him. So this is going to be Savage. It's going to be Savage right here. This is going to be Amos here. And so Lockett is going to go in motion before the snap. And that means he doesn't really have a zone. And that's going to be really important. Like, there's no one deep because we're going to end up going like basically 4x1 look here. And so Amos is going to have anyone. This guy's going to go deep, but Stokes has him. And so that's kind of where the bulk of what we're going to focus our time on with this is going to be. So we're going to see him go in motion there. Things shift, and like I said, there's some pass off here, and it doesn't really matter. Like kind of on this side, it doesn't really matter. But so we're going to kind of look at the back end and what happens. So it looks like, all right, so freeze. I don't have to say freeze. I'm doing it. It looks like they're dropping here, right? Which again, so that makes, if you see them, all right, so that makes this and this that looks open because you got Barnes in the middle. So what Barnes is going to do, Barnes is going to kind of carry this up, but he can't take a wide receiver all the way up the middle of the field. I like Barnes, but he's not that kind of player. He's not going to do that. That's a mismatch. They're going to attack that. Except we're going to see a pass off here. So I'm going to roll it here again in a second, and we'll kind of see what ends up happening. Because what you're doing, this is something, I learned a while ago, and you can watch it during the game as well, but even after the game, the philosophy of look for the grass. Basically, the offense is going to try to attack the grass, and the defense needs to try to not let the grass be attacked, essentially. Right now, that's the middle. Okay. That's our grass. That's an open spot. We've got those guys We got those guys leaving. The offense is attacking it by sending two guys in there. How is the defense going to counter? How's the defense countering that? That's the main question. Attacking and then covering. So we've got here. This is where it gets really interesting. We'll freeze it here, and I'll play the whole thing here in a second so we can see it. So right now, Savage is kind of dropping over. We got this guy's declaring for the post, right? And so you got this guy over the top. And then Savage looks like he's kind of falling underneath. And so what the offense is going to try to do at this point, you can see the pockets breaking down, and that'll be important here in a second. What the offense is trying to do here, so that's Barnes carrying him up. He's already losing ground. You send this guy up. And if Amos is over here, you've got no one protecting the post. No one protecting the post. And you also have no one protecting any in cutters there either. And so what's going to end up happening is we're going to get this pass off. So you can see it a little bit, and like I said, it's important just because the pocket breaking down is important just because of where this ends up. But you can see the motion. You can see the motion in place. So what's happening is right now, where Savage was falling under that post. Savage was under the post right here. So you got the post, and you got Savage falling underneath, which leaves the man in the middle open. So now what he's going to do, Savage is going to peel off, take that guy there, and then Amos becomes the post safety. So you get this this kind of back end safety rotation to take away the post while also kind of being able to attack any in cutters or shorter stuff as well. So like I said, a lot going on in this play. I'm not really going to get anything else, but just the back end where we've seen a lot of issues with Packers defense in the past have been communication issues, those busts in the past, and that kind of allow those big plays. And we're not really seeing that this year. And part of that is just some of that communication and the way that these guys are playing and what they're recognizing and how they're passing off. So it's been really cool to see. So I'm going to play this whole thing, this clip, just at regular speed here, and then just so we can kind of see how those pieces look, how the play kind of plays out as a whole, and then we'll just get out of here. So you can see that kind of fall back, rotate, and then Russ breaks and throws, and ends up going for a little bit of a game. But that back end rotation is just fascinating to me.